Hey, this is Harold. You're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays.
Welcome everyone to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Sunday, and hopefully George is there.
I'm here.
I gotta apologize. I'm the reason we're a little late.
Oh yeah, it wasn't me this time. Wait, is it out? Is it usually me? I just realized. Is it usually me?
I don't know, but lately it's been me.
Oh, it wasn't me this time.
But I had a good excuse. I had to spend all day helping my father out, but that's a whole nother subject.
Oh, that was nice of you. That was nice of you. That is a good excuse. So it's been a crazy weekend in the 90 day world. So we just got the tell not the tell all the finale, season 7 before the 90 days, episode 19, the finale. We finished the season. And there was a big tea drop yesterday that
Mm-hmm.
seems like the entire 90 day universe has been you know all over. So
It,
I
it,
don't.
it, def- it definitely was worthy of like an emergency podcast, but we're only a
Well,
day off of it.
yeah, that was my thought. I was like, maybe we should do an emergency podcast, but it was a race against time, right?
Yeah.
The information was becoming available, and we wanted to make sure that we got it to you guys first. So that's the situation. It wasn't that we didn't want to tell you, in our own words, but we knew it was a race against time, and it was only a matter of time before everybody started reporting this news. So
Yeah, and shout out to Sarcasm because they were one of the first people to you know, put it on their blog, on their website.
yeah, I love sarcasm, by the way. I'm a big fan. So
Yeah.
glad that they were on it last night. And there's a lot of people who are doubting the news, which I actually really love. So I've been
Hmm.
Shabooty to save all of the posts and comments of all of the people who are doubting our tea, so we can personally, you know, put them on blast
Hmm.
when the information becomes readily available. Because this information is actually going to be announced on the show. So
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time. We're already on episode 5. And oh, I do have one clarification for the tea. So I did want to make everybody aware the announcement. Okay, so this is how the information was given to me. The announcement was made in New York. So I thought, okay, it happens in New York. The Last Resort was filmed in Arizona. Wait, Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. Arizona.
So I thought, oh, well, if they were in New York, they were actually at the tell-all. It actually happened while they were filming Between the Sheets.
Hmm.
So that information was a little bit off. So as for a tell-all for The Last Resort, there may not be one. It hasn't changed. But the reason why it happened in New York was because it came out during Between the Sheets. That's when we're going to hear about it. And I misinterpreted the information because usually when everyone is in New York for a specific, if all the cast members are in New York at the same time, 90% of the time it's for a tell all. So that's why I
Hmm.
thought, oh, it must have happened at the tell all. It actually happened. They also filmed Between the Sheets in that exact same space.
Hmm.
But I didn't put the two and two together. Again, guys, we got the information really, really quickly, and we needed to get it to you very, very fast. So unfortunately, that was a little off, but the actual tea is 100% verified, 100% real. Jasmine is with child, and we're pretty sure we know where this child came from. We can't really speak on it just yet, but it's pretty we're leaning in the direction of where this took place and how it took place and who it belongs to.
Yeah, and yeah, there's the many facets. There's the Jasmine's pregnant is a big story, and then also she's in Florida, and if you and there's some doubters on the Florida thing, and if you check out my Instagram, I kind of private detective style prove that she's in Florida. So.
Well, it's funny, that part of it is it's almost self-explanatory because you can see the palm trees
Hmm.
in her Aldi's. And I lived in Ohio and I spent a lot of time in Michigan, and there's no palm trees in Michigan. So, and if you guys, okay, we're going back a bit, but if you remember about this time last year, Jasmine ended up in Florida for some weird reason, and she was there for over a month. I'm sorry, she was here for over a month, and we were all wondering what she's doing in Florida, who she's seeing, who is she spending time with in Florida. And now that she's with child, we've noticed that she's back in Florida. So I don't know if the baby daddy and her have ties to Florida or what it is specifically, but exactly 1 year later, she's back in the exact same place. And the last resort timeline, I think a lot of people were asking, when did this happen? Because if she was pregnant during the last resort, she would have had the child already. So the situation is she wasn't pregnant during the filming of The Last Resort, which was 277 days ago or something. It was during the Between the Sheets, which they actually just filmed.
Oh,
You guys remember?
by the way, sorry to interrupt. There was something that was killing me to say, then I forgot it, but now I just remembered it. So let me say it before I forget it again.
Yeah,
So I want to say, because remember, like when Between the Sheets, when it initially started or was initially promoted, I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested in watching it. I don't really see a point of watching it. And then Captain Picard was like, yeah, I'll take the bullet for the team and I'll start watching it Between the Sheets. And then
yeah.
so I want to say TLC. You should thank us because now everyone, including myself, has an excited reason to watch Between the Sheets, and now everyone is going to watch Between the Sheets to see if they could tell that Jasmine looks pregnant on every episode going forward. So I just want to say you're welcome.
Yeah, because you're right. It started out as a who's gonna take one for the team and watch it, and now I've actually a lot of people last night messaged me and said I just went back and watched the Between the Sheets. You're right. You're right. Every scene, her arms are over her or there's a pillow behind
Hmm.
her. Like there's so many different. Because in the one scene they masked her pillow behind her. It was the same color as her dress. So you couldn't tell where she ended and the pillow began. I noticed that one, and then there was one where she literally had her arms crossed the whole time.
Yeah.
They really did try and mask what they were doing, and I didn't even realize that they filmed the Between the Sheets so far after
Hmm.
the season. So when you guys saw that video, it was Josh, Stacy, Biniam. Everybody was in New York. Biniam was in Times Square dancing. That was why they were there. We were speculating that they were filming a tell-all for The
Hmm.
Last Resort. Actually, in New York altogether. Natalie was there. Everyone was there at the same time. They were filming Between the Sheets, and they were actually there for 3 or 4 days in order to get all of the Between the Sheets filming done. So that is actually when this took place.
Hmm.
So I think that was like what, about a month and a half ago?
Yeah. Yeah. At least maybe a couple months ago now.
Yeah, maybe a couple months ago. So that's how Jasmine turned. So basically, when they were filming it, she wasn't, and then when she showed up for Between the Sheets, she was. So that's kind of how it popped up, and
Hmm.
so. But I'm not exactly sure how she's gonna announce it on Between the Sheets because it's. I'm not exactly sure if Gino's gonna react to it on that because they don't film anything together. The whole purpose of Between the Sheets is they take random people and put them together. So we've never seen Jasmine and Gino react to anything together. It's
Hmm.
always other people. So I don't know if they're going to bring it to Gino's attention and have him react to it then. Like I'm not sure how we're going to get the information, but it was confirmed that the information was revealed to Gino and by to Gino, and Jasmine revealed it while they were filming. So I don't know how they're going to make it information to him. I don't know if they're gonna have her tell him in person or they're gonna watch a video of her revealing it. I don't know any of that. But I do know that Gino is finally gonna feel free. He's been really quiet. He's
Hmm.
been minding his own business, been on his P's and Q's, and I know that he's been wanting to talk.
Yeah.
People have been a really nasty light around him for a really long time. So I know this is finally gonna feel like a little bit of relief. He can actually speak up for himself now.
No, but like lately on social media, like Gino has been a little like combative towards Jasmine, but so I feel like he had a premonition that this news was going to drop pretty soon, so he was kind of already like kind of going at her a little bit, and then now that it dropped, I feel like he can kind of exhale a little bit and say, "Oh yeah, I can kind of fall back a little bit."
Well, yeah, this is kind of how it was with Sophie and Rob. Everybody came after Rob during that initial season.
Hmm.
Oh, this dude doesn't have no job. He has no money. He has no bathroom. He's disgusting. Sophie is such a good person. And then we figured out who Sophie was, and now everybody was like, oh,
Hmm.
we were talking all that crap about Rob. Sophie was the problem the whole time. And I feel like that's probably how Gino finally is going to feel. We've been coming after him. Everyone's been literally below the belt talking shit about him. And now that we see what went down, how things have been going, and what she was doing, now we're going to be like, oh, we had it all wrong. Well, I didn't have it all wrong. A lot of people had it all wrong, though.
Hmm. And then So yeah, you heard any rumblings on how Jasmine's feeling today?
Well, I saw a post. She didn't know what was going on. I think Reality TV Mess posted that she said,
Mhm.
"I don't know what's going on, but I just got like 400 followers." She
Yeah,
said that
I tweeted that
night,
out as well. That picture.
and oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know if she knows exactly what happened. Jasmine and I were on speaking terms before this. She blocked me sometime today,
Mm,
so I guess she's upset with me. It's funny because she didn't tell me specifically that she was pregnant, so I don't know why she's holding me like personally responsible for
mm,
telling people that she was. Yeah, she didn't tell me specifically, so I didn't feel like I had the responsibility to keep it a secret because she never told me.
mm.
But she blocked me, so now it's two of the 90 Day Fiance Fridays hosts that are blocked by Jasmine, and so we're two down and two to go, right? I
Yeah,
think we're doing pretty good.
yeah. No, I will say, like, you ever have one of those nights where you're like, you're not. I was so amped up with all the tea stuff, like. I forgot to like eat dinner and I wasn't even tired and I was like had unlimited energy. So I was
Well, yeah, your notifications last night were insane because I was like, "Oh my god, is he like on crack?" Like
The-
going and going, and I was like, "Good
no,
god!" It's like,
you know what annoys me though is like, so anytime we post tea, there's always, the naysayers that don't believe you. And this was one of those instances where like I don't want to keep reading comments of people that don't believe that she's pregnant. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do one post. I'm not going to do two posts. And I'm also going to crowdsource, meaning like I'm going to get the community to send me some photos I'm looking for of her that looks pregnant. So I'm going to like, and then I'm just going to like keep posting. So this was more just like for all the naysayers, like I'm just going to keep posting. So by the fifth or sixth post example of her having a baby bump, etc., hopefully you'll start believing me because everyone loves to disbelieve. But mostly it's the people that don't even follow me on Instagram that don't believe. But
well, yeah. I mean, when you're the first to announce something, you have to really be ready for the haters to come for you.
yeah.
Because I'm not typically the first to announce things. Like for instance, I'll tell y'all this because it's old and done with, and no one cares. So when Emily and Kobe were on their season, their initial season, she got pregnant with Coben, and the next time they were on, they were supposedly keeping a secret because I guess she got pregnant with Scarlett in between. So I knew about Scarlett, I knew about the pregnancy, I knew about the birth for probably 8 months
Mm,
before anyone was allowed to say anything. Right, like I knew, there's a bunch of us who knew because she filmed the tell-all, so everybody at the tell-all knew, and then I knew while she was pregnant. I knew a long time before, and it was just a funny situation because I was like, oh well, because people would message me and they'll be like, I heard Emily's pregnant or whatever, and I was like, well, I can't be the first person to release the information because of how I know, so I had to pretend like I didn't know, and then the second the information was finally released, there's like people like, oh, that's not true, and I'm like, what do you mean that's not true? There's a whole baby,
mm,
like there's an entire living baby, like, and it's just funny how people they'll try to discredit any information that you put out there no matter what just because they don't like the way it sounds.
mm,
It's really crazy to me because it's like, why would you make this up? How would you make this up? There's proof. Like, I don't understand why. And it's like, no matter what you put out, there's always that one person who's like, I don't believe that. And I'm like, well, a lot of time when I tell people information or if I have tea, I heard it from the horse's mouth.
mm,
I either heard it from the person it's about, or I heard it from somebody really, really close to them, or somewhere along those lines. So if I know something, it's true. Like Shabooty, there's things that I tell you that we can't divulge to the public yet.
mm,
And of the things that I've ever revealed to you that were not public ready, how
mm.
many of those turned out to be untrue?
No, the Tiger King doesn't mess with George Mossey. I mean, like he messes with George Mossey because he's legit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm in a weird place where I built friendships with people, so I am the gatekeeper of secrets.
Mhm,
So sometimes I'll know something that will blow everybody's mind, and I'm just not going to tell you. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance, but I'm a very loyal to people that have been there for me and that have helped me and have been there through my journey. So when I know something very personal about a cast member, even though it'll break the internet and it would get me a billion followers, I
mhm,
stick to my loyalty with my people. But every now and then, I'll get a piece of information. And, like for instance, Jasmine and I used to be close, very close years ago. And as time went on, we stopped talking as much. But this situation, I don't know why she wants to hold me personally accountable for this, because the people that took pictures of her in Florida that saw her pregnant, she's not holding them accountable for it. I don't understand why she is so angry at me specifically for this information getting out, because I wasn't actually the main person
Mhm.
that this information got out. There were other people involved, but for some reason, since we were close at one point, she's making it like I'm the horrible
Mhm.
whistleblower in the situation, which I don't understand.
True. Oh, by the way, shout out to Harold from Match Me Abroad who's listening to us right now.
Oh, what's up,
Do you
Harold?
want
I remember.
do you want to talk to him or save it for later in the show?
Oh yeah, we get. Oh yeah, we can save it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we haven't talked about the finale yet. What's
yeah,
up, Harold? Yeah, I love Match Me Abroad. That was like one of the hidden gem shows. One of
yeah,
my really good friends to this day, Mark, who is on Match Me Abroad. He's
mhm.
one of my really good
Oh yeah,
friends. So
yeah.
yeah,
He
that
always responds to all your posts and stuff.
yeah, he's actually a really good friend of mine. We talk literally all the time. He's a really good friend. So yeah, what's Harold? I was one of my favorites of the show. And guys, if you didn't watch it, that's a hidden gem.
Yeah,
90 Day Universe. It didn't get a lot of play. It didn't get a lot of promotion, but it's actually a good show.
yeah. I will say with his show, whatever, like I literally I'm pretty sure if I can recall correctly, like I would watch his scenes and I would basically fast forward everyone else and just watch his scenes. So that's a compliment to
Yeah, there was some fluff in there. You're right. There was fluff. I'm not. You're right. There was, but there was some pretty decent people. Like I said, I got a really good friend out of it watching the show, and I think I
him.
wrote a few articles on the show,
Hmm.
for media or whatever. But yeah, it didn't get a lot of play, and
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. It was a good show.
True. Oh,
So
and
let's talk.
real quick before we jump into B90, no, I just want to say like for the people that aren't like, 90, I hate the term bloggers, but 90 Day Fiance bloggers, but the people that aren't like a meme account or like a blogger account, like I don't think y'all realize like how competitive it is, and it's like that's why it is. It's like so there's tea that breaks a lot of the let's just say competition's first instinct is to kind of like to not believe it or downplay what the other competition is saying. So that always
Yeah,
happens. Yeah.
when you broke it and they didn't, they're going to become a naysayer of your information, unfortunately. So if you said it before they did,
Hmm.
instead of supporting you and retweeting you, they're going to say that's probably not true. Because, and again, like you said, the competitiveness in this space is really crazy. Because Shabooty and I started out, and we were friends with all of the different bloggers. We all communicated, everything was great, and I couldn't even count on two hands how many bloggers have blocked me and they hate me and have issues with me, and I don't even know who they are.
Hmm.
It just gets really competitive, and people don't like it if you're doing something that they're not, and it's turned into a toxic environment.
Hmm. I mean, I'm sure TLC loves it because it's like the competitiveness drives everyone like to go ham. So I'm sure like TLC just like rubs their fingers together like Mr. Burns on The Simpsons and just says, "Oh, look at all these people like working their ass off for free."
Oh yeah, that's the meme where he's like, excellent, and he's everybody fight and kill each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. Or like the guy in the control room at Squid Game,
Hmm.
just watching everybody. That's what they sick us on each other and then watch us do all the work for free.
Yeah, that's why it's such a pleasantry having, the 90 Day Fiance Fridays podcast click where we're tight like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we unlike the other people, we all work together.
Hmm.
Like for there's times where Shabooty and I both work together on different things and collabed on different things and tea drops and stuff. We're not working against each other, and I think that's what sets us apart. The other people are all fighting each other.
Hmm.
We're working together, and I think that's why this clicks and it works, because we actually are on the same team. And the other people, there's different accounts where they started out as two people and now they're one person because they literally went against their own partner, and
Hmm.
they were one account, now they're two accounts because they fought each other.
Hmm.
And I think that's what sets this podcast apart, because we're not actually trying to outdo each other. We have the same goal. We're working towards the same goal, so that's why it works.
True. All right. So I guess we should get into B90, right?
Yeah, so tonight was the finale, and Niles let us know that he skeeted all over the hotel room tonight. So
What was this exact quote? Like, don't turn on a black light or something?
do not use a black light in this room. So he let us know that there was a lot of skeeting in that room that night,
Mhm.
which I had food in my mouth at the time that was said, so it was a little much for me. I was eating at the time. So I mean, I was surprised. Niles always surprises me when the things that he says. And I'm happy for him and everything, but I'm also worried that when he gets back, well, he said he got a job, which is excellent. It's excellent for him and Matilda and everything, but he doesn't even know. He mentioned tonight he don't even know the visa process. He don't know how to do it. He don't
Mhm.
have any idea how it works. He doesn't know what the requirements are. He might not even qualify
Yeah,
for
he
certain
might be
visas.
too broke, right, or something.
I know for certain visas, it's an automatic denial if you make under a certain amount. So I'm worried he's in over his head. And again, I'm not so much worried about Matilda, I'm more so worried about him. I feel like he loves her, he's in love with her, and that's what's gonna make him happy. I think Matilda is she's in it for the American dollar. I
Mhm.
think that it is what it is. But I think that she would love him in conjunction with the American dollar, if that makes sense. Like as long as she gets what she wants,
Mhm.
she'll love him. And I think that that's all he really wants.
So would you say the Niles and Matilda relationship is that like remember like what was it like David and who's the Filipino chick?
Wait. Oh, Annie.
Not
Annie.
any the hearing impaired gentleman and the Filipino woman.
Oh, Sheila.
Sheila, yeah,
Sheila.
David and Sheila. So would you say Niles and Matilda are like the David and Sheila couple of this season?
Yes. Yes. I think so. I
Oh.
think that Matilda's willing to sacrifice, or I guess the better word would be to compromise, with Niles and his situation if she can get what she wants. And I feel like Sheila was the same way. Sheila was willing to learn sign language and do it whatever she needed to do to make the
Mhm.
relationship work as long as he built her family a nice house. I feel like the compromise
Mhm.
is part of the relationship. And I feel like Matilda's willing to compromise with him as long as she gets what she wants.
Yeah, I feel like every season has that one couple that's actually heartwarming, and then everyone else are like train wrecks.
Yeah, yeah, and again, I don't mind the situation because I feel like everybody is winning. Like I feel like Matilda's gonna get what she wants, and I feel like Niles is gonna get what he wants.
Mhm.
It's they're using each. You know what? I guess the term is when two people use each other.
Mhm.
So there's a scam being run because everybody's getting what they want out of the situation. So I feel like it's okay.
Were you impressed by Niles' dance moves?
I was not. Niles is the stiffest person that I've ever seen. I was not. So he has no rhythm whatsoever. But
Mhm.
again, he never said that he did. But when you're marrying an African woman, you got to have a
Mhm.
little rhythm. In Africa, the art of African dances is very much a part of their culture, just as much as their food and their way of life. So he's gonna have to work on that and get a little less stiff. It's the
Yeah.
stiffest person I've ever seen. He kind of looked like somebody who had rigor mortis, right? Like he was just stiff as hell.
Yeah, I posted the video clip, and I was like, yeah, he dances like Trump or something.
Well, I posted that video of Rob dancing in the airport for Sophie, which was probably one of the worst dance routines I've ever seen.
Mhm.
But even then, Niles is still worse than that. But
Yeah.
again, he never said he was a dancer, so I'm not holding it against him. That's not something that he
Mhm.
is trying to go out there and do and make money for or whatever. But yeah, he's got to learn a little more of the dance moves to impress his wife.
Mhm.
When you're marrying an African girl, you got to impress her, and being a good dancer is part of that. Benny came over here,
Mhm.
and I ain't seen him stop dancing since he got from Ethiopia. Like that's all he does. He just comes over here and he dances. So you gotta get some moves.
True. All right. Do you want to talk about Sunny and Vea first or Vanja?
Mm, I mean, we can start with Vea and Sunny because the Vanja situation is crazy to me.
Hmm.
We can start with Sunny and Vea. So my only issue with this whole Sunny and Vea thing was I didn't understand why Vea wanted to blow up Sunny's relationship with his dad before she left.
Hmm.
Like last Sonny was like, "Look, I don't think that it's a good idea to tell my family that we got engaged. Like I think that that's something that they're gonna need time on." And Vea was like, "Oh no, 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 let's tell them. Let's bring a chocolate cake. Everything will be fine. Let's force them to accept me." And it's just the irony in the whole situation is she refuses to compromise or convert or even consider his religion, but she also feels that she has the right to force his dad to accept her. And I was like, intolerance is intolerance. So you're intolerant of their religion, so he has the right to be intolerant of you because you're intolerant of him. You know,
Mhm.
like I feel like you have to meet people halfway. And I felt like Vea refused to meet anyone halfway, but she still wanted people to go out of their way for her, which I thought was really crazy.
So who is? Let's do a comparison. Who's a bigger asshole, Sonny's dad or Summit's mom?
I'm gonna say Submit's mom will always have the biggest asshole award.
Hmm.
I think for me, because she told Submit at one of the meetings, she was like, "If you be with her, I'll unalive myself."
Hmm.
I thought was like the most underhanded and shadiest thing. No child ever wants to hear their parents say that.
Hmm.
So I felt that was like the most shady, underhanded, manipulative,
Hmm.
evil like stance that you could take. Because if my mom said that to me, that would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
And you know, she had no intentions of ever doing that. She was just an evil, manipulative person. She was never even considering that. She just wanted to
Hmm.
control her. So yeah, she's always gonna have, because you don't have to be a dick to be the most manipulative person. Because I
Yeah.
felt like his mom was just manipulative and evil. She wasn't like a dick.
Hmm.
I feel like dad was just a dick.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's an evil thing to say to your son, as far as Summit's mom. But do you think Sonny's dad? Do you think he can be like broken down and won over time, or?
I don't know. Sonny kept saying that he was just like, oh, he'll come around. I think he'll accept it over time. It didn't seem like that. Like the way that he basically told Sonny, he was like, don't ever call me again in the
Mhm.
future. I don't want you. You're not my kid. You know. But again, Submit's mom said the same thing. She was like, you're
And
no
then
longer.
she came around and she's friends with Jenny or like tight with Jenny now, right?
They literally are in pictures and selfies together. They do holidays together. They cook
Hmm.
together. So that makes me, it gives me hope because
Hmm.
Submit's mom basically said, if you marry my son is dead to me.
Hmm.
And then now I look back and like you said, they're friends. They're not
Yeah,
just getting,
they're like
they're,
peers.
yeah, I've seen Submit's mom and Jenny out together without Submit.
Hmm.
That's not just like getting along. Y'all are friends now because there's
Yeah.
no reason why y'all gotta hang out without Submit. So that does give me hope that maybe his dad will come around. But do you remember when we first met Sonny? Sonny said that his dad wasn't in his life until he was older because his dad moved
Hmm.
to Durban when he was really young to run a business. And then Sonny didn't move to Durban with his dad until he was like 18 or 19. Do you remember that? So Sonny
Hmm.
already grew up without his dad. So the fact that his dad is so willing to X him out of his life and he wasn't even in his life to
Hmm.
begin with really screwed up.
Yeah, then I guess that means like he's not bullshitting for the cameras when he says like I'm out of your life.
No, for real, because he already barely knows this dude. Sonny is what, 23?
Yeah.
He just really got to know his dad at 18 or 19. He
Okay.
hasn't really been there.
Okay. So
So the
yeah,
fact that,
that like blew one of my theories out of the water, which was like maybe the dad's just like hamming it up for the camera and really he's nice when the cameras are off. I don't know.
no, I think his dad's a dick.
Yeah.
But I mean, but you have to remember in these countries, sometimes when you move to another country to provide for your family, it doesn't mean that you don't love your family. It just means that the country that you are from, you can't produce enough money to take care of your family. I don't think that he left Sonny or the family because he wanted another family. I think that he really did leave because he wanted to help take care of them. But I don't think he's bluffing. I think that when he says "Don't ever call me again," he means it. Don't ever call me again. I think that's for real.
Mhm. What's the part of me for not knowing, but what's the deal with Sonny's mom?
I'm pretty sure he says she passed away.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I apologize if I forgot that part. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, she passed away, and that's when she passed away. That's when he moved to Durban with his dad, and he started running the store with his dad.
Okay.
If I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
True. Yeah, and then what do you think of Vea's nails?
Oh,
Did
wait,
you see the
what?
meme I posted?
No, wait, where'd you post it? I gotta see him. What's
It's
up with the nails?
either go on my Instagram or one of my latest tweets. It's like she has like Dracula nails.
All right, hold on, I'm about to look.
It's on
I mi-
Instagram and Twitter.
I was tweeting, so typing and watch. Sometimes I miss stuff, so hold on, I gotta check.
Yeah.
Oh, oh shit. Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
How
no,
do
I think
you
I
like?
tweeted. I was like, "How are you going to win over a Muslim dad with those nails?"
How do you wipe yourself with those nails? I have questions. Like I legit have questions.
Mhm.
Like how do you do anything with nails that long? Especially with a woman, wiping yourself is a little complicated with. Yeah, I got questions. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't think her intention was ever to go over there and win over Sonny's dad. I think her intention was to go over there and get back at him for being rude the first time around. That's my theory.
Mhm.
I think that she went over. She wanted to get back at him for saying that she looked tired and saying she didn't look healthy and saying that her tattoos look bad. And I think that she didn't care that she was going to destroy Sonny's relationship with his
Mhm.
dad. I think that she went over there selfishly because she wanted to get back at him. Because that
Mhm.
comment she made, it rubbed me the wrong way when he was like, "We don't like tattoos," and she's like, "Your son does." I feel like she has like this rude side to her.
Mhm.
Like I felt like he kept telling her like you got to go there and be respectful. And, when I was younger, I grew up in the South. My parents said the same thing to me all the time, like be respectful. These are your elders. Don't say anything stupid. And I feel like she goes over there and she um what's the word where you taunt somebody? I feel like she goes over there and taunts the
Like
dad, knowing
instigate or something. Or?
yeah, like she instigates the situation. Like when he got up and walked away and she kept trying to talk to him and he was like, "It's best if you stop talking to me." Like stop talking like and I feel like she kept talking to him. I feel like she goes and she instigates and she makes the situation worse because
Mhm.
she doesn't know when to stop. Like she's the problem. She created the problem. She created the conflict, but she also feels like she's the victim as well.
Mhm.
So she's like, Sonny, tell him, and they're both looking at her like, shut up, you did this.
Yeah.
Let us figure this out because you could have just went your ass back to Florida and not say anything. Now you done ruined this, so shut up. Let us fix it.
Yeah. By the way, this may be leading the witness, but like, so so what's the theory on what helped Summit win over his mom or Jenny win over Summit's mom? Do you think it is just like the worldwide fan adoration of like Summit and Jenny, the fans, and then that made the mom open her eyes and her to like, oh yeah, maybe I should stop being a hard ass because all the fans across the world love Jenny and Summit, so maybe I should start being nicer. So then, do you think? Because of that phenomenon that can happen, that's one way that Sonny's dad could be won over is once he realizes like, oh, all the fans love us, Sonny and Bea, so I should maybe not be such a dick.
I mean, I don't know if it was the show and like the fans. I know the fans went really hard for her. Like they were pretty mean, but I don't think she's on social media. I don't know any of that. But I think that the appearances on the show, getting paid from being on the show, and because if you refuse to speak to your child, you can't make further appearances on the show. No future appearances, no more appearance fees, no more, none of that. So I think that, and also I think over time people do change their mind. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, I'm not a mother, right? I can't speak for mothers, but I do feel like mothers have a soft spot. So if you do something really bad, she might be really mad at you for a while, but there's going to be a time where she's going to
Hmm.
have forgiveness in her heart for you. And I feel like it was more so that she didn't want, because Submit, she told Submit he couldn't come around, he couldn't go to dinner, he couldn't go to the brother's sister's anniversary party, they couldn't go to Christmas. That's what, because he was with Jenny. But I think after a while she started saying, well, you can go, leave Jenny at home. And I think that's when she started to see like, well, Submit was like, well, if she can't come, I'm not going to come. And I think that's when she realized the era. She's like,
Hmm.
well, I'm pushing him away too. I'm not just pushing her away. I can't see him either. And I think that's probably where she changed her mind because it was her fault. Because she was like, no, you can still come. Just don't bring that lady to my house. And then he wouldn't come. And then she realized that she didn't really
Hmm.
want to cut him out of her life. Real. She
Yeah,
said she did.
but I feel like because I know they always go to the mall in India and stuff. I don't know if people like recognize them there, but I feel like if Summit's mom is out with Jenny and Summit and like a fan runs up to him, it's like, hey, can we all take a group photo? And then the mom's like, damn, people really want to take y'all photos. Maybe I should start being nicer to you. I feel like that can happen too.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think so. It's funny. Jenny has told me that quite a few people recognize her there. She said that where she lives in India, it's a very touristy
Hmm.
city. So
Yeah.
she said a lot of times it'll be like people from other countries that watch the show that recognize her. So yeah, I think that it's possible maybe they'll be out and then people think they're celebrities.
Hmm.
And that's very interesting for the mom who thought she was on some low budget fly by night, airing after an infomercial show, she realizes, oh, this is not what that was.
And then I mentioned it before, but like are you aware like Sarper's dad is active on Instagram?
Yeah, you told me. You told
Yeah.
me he followed.
Yeah, he followed me and he's like pretty active on Instagram. So it seems like Sarper's dad loves the social media attention as much as little or as much as he gets currently. So I feel like he's soaking up that attention. So I feel like if Sonny's dad, he doesn't strike me as like the Sarper type as far as like attention whore, but um if Sonny's dad ever was like on Instagram and then he started interacting with fans the way Sarper's dad does, then I feel like Sonny's dad could come around. But then again, he doesn't strike me as like a Sarper 2.0 with that unibrow. That's not really very vain of him.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about how many people online think he's great or not.
Yeah.
Nobody who hasn't done their eyebrows in life is
Mhm.
somebody who's worried about the opinions of everybody online. Yeah,
He doesn't
I
want,
don't think.
yeah, unibrow guy isn't like the Instagram guy looking for adoration.
No, I'm pretty sure to wear that unibrow with the pride that he does. I don't. When he's if he says I don't care what people think of me, I 150% believe him. Because
True.
we all say that, but then I'll go online and I'll see a rude comment and I'm like, damn, that's rude. But I'm like, oh, I don't care what people think of me. But then I'll see that one comment and I'm like, damn, that's about me.
Yeah. True. All right, so should we go to Vanja?
Okay, yeah. So Vanja and Yoshko. Okay, so my theory is when he dumped her on the phone and 2 weeks went by and she didn't hear from him, and then all of a sudden when she was dancing, belly dancing at some restaurant, he said, I'm going to FaceTime you. I'm 150% sure that happened because production got him to call her.
Mm,
Because did you notice that they were on site in Orlando with her when that call took place? Because she
yeah.
was done filming, her and Boja's story was over. He had already dumped her, but all of a sudden, a camera crew is waiting for her at work in Orlando, where the show wasn't filming, for this FaceTime call. So I know for a fact that he reached back out to her because they asked him to. And I think the
Yeah.
actual reason is because Boja is going to refuse to be a part of the tell-all. I think, well, actually, some people might have saw the preview. When they start asking him if he has a girlfriend, he gets up and walks off. And I think
Yeah.
that they were like, well, we need somebody for her to interact with because we already don't have Renee and Chitty. So we need,
Hmm.
we need someone to interact with her. So we need to get him back on board. So I'm pretty sure they offered him something to call her again, make it seem like things were good, so they could only use him for the tell-all since Boja's not going to be there. That's my theory.
Yeah, like no, I mean the call that he had with her, you could tell he's still like done with her by the end of the call. Like the call didn't win him over in any way.
Well, it was awkward. He didn't want to talk to her. You could tell it was forced. It's like how I remember when
Hmm.
I was in school. There was this girl that I didn't like, but my mom wanted to give her a ride home every day or some crap. I don't remember, and I was rude to her. And my mom was like, "Oh, you need to be nice to this person or whatever." And I didn't want to, so I was fake nice, like I did it because I had to. That's
Hmm.
what I got from him. He was like, "Well, I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna pretend like we're gonna have this conversation." Whatever the producers coached him to do is exactly what he did. I didn't get
And
any.
then yeah, like one thing I regret not doing is taking like some meticulous notes, but I'm trying to remember what he said. Remember, like during the call, he was giving her a reason why he lost interest with
Oh,
her as far as like the
he
mothering part.
said, okay, so she told us. He said she had no motherly instinct, but apparently she had made some comments to him where
Hmm.
she was like, I don't like the idea of having kids or kids running around my house or breaking my stuff. I don't live a lifestyle,
Hmm.
that kids would fit in. That's what he said that she said to him. And then he then turned around when he called her to break up with her and he's like, well, you don't have any motherly instincts, so it's not going
Hmm.
to work. So basically, he said that he didn't think they could move forward because his life revolves around his kid, and she
Hmm.
she basically said my life revolves around me. I don't want kids and I don't want kids in my house. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like what they tried to say the breakup was based on. Again, this might be completely producer written. I don't know what they really talked about. I don't know that, but she went on
But
live
mhm.
and said
Is that a, was I'm saying what Yoshiko said? Do you feel that was of what she said? Do you feel is a valid criticism by him of her?
if he's been open about having a 1-year-old or however old this boy is, and he's made it clear that that person is important to him, and then she says, kids are okay, but I'd rather not have them in my house. I don't blame him for not wanting to move forward. What kind of future do you have with somebody
Mm.
if your world is 50% your child or 80% your child, and they just said they don't want that? And then she did say some on the first date, which I don't know, Vanja does bad shit. On the first date, she kept saying, like, what if I'm not a good mom? What if I'm not a good
Mm.
mom? That's not a good thing when you're trying to convince someone to be with you who has a kid, because they're not just making decisions for themselves, they're making decisions for their kids too. So that comment that she kept saying would make someone think, well, maybe you don't want to be with someone with kids, because that's what someone
Mhm.
want to be with someone with kids would say.
Yeah.
I think he had a very valid reason to break up with her. It was very valid. The fact
Hmm.
she doesn't want kids and doesn't want kids in her house is, if I had a kid and the woman that I'm dating is like, oh yeah, I don't even like kids, I don't want kids in my house, they break stuff. That's a valid reason for me to say, hey, we're probably not going to work out, because my kid is not an animal. I'm not going to give it up for adoption because I like you. So what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
True. Um, wasn't gonna sorry, I was somebody DM me, like somebody was DMing me and it distracted me. They said, your posts referring to the tea made my Facebook feed. Anyway,
Wait,
sorry.
Facebook now? Oh wow.
No, like just people they were just saying that my like the Instagram tea landed on their Facebook feed because that's how widespread it is. But anyway.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you. So this may be stupid of a question, but I'll just ask anyway. Could you see yourself dating in like a serious relationship with like a belly dancer, in the sense of, let's say every other night they essentially have to go to like random restaurants in front of men, like belly dancing, while you're at home alone? Like, do you think you could deal with that?
Huh. Um I I don't think it's a deal breaker for me specifically. Like, because a restaurant is not like a strip club or
Mm-hmm.
like a hotel where people sleep. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. It would it depends on how long we've been dating and
Mm-hmm.
how much I trust this person or know this person specifically. I guess it's not a deal breaker for me. Like, I'll date a girl that's a stripper if I trust the, because if I don't trust you, we won't be together anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to make me jealous. You'd have to give me a reason to not trust you for me not to trust you. I'm not. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't just blindly trust people, but if we're in a relationship, that means that I trust you. I'm not gonna waste my time if I don't. So you would have to give me a reason. And belly dancing, I don't consider to be like stripping. It's not the same thing.
Okay, well, I know how you like the women, that have that are like, that are making a living and stuff. But what if like that was their only living, was like gigging and belly dancing and making a few $100s a night? Like, what about that part? If that was their whole gigging career.
Uh, I mean, it's hard because if she doesn't start working until 10 o'clock at night and then she works till like 2, 3 in the morning, then I'm gonna start getting seeds of distrust. When people do jobs that make them stay out all night long and then you're not
Mm,
around and then you can't get a hold of them, it really tries your trust level in people.
yeah.
Even though they might not be doing anything, we're only human. you know
Mhm,
Hard to believe that there's people out at 3 a.m. not doing anything crazy. Like, it's hard to believe
sure.
that. So yeah, that if that was just a side thing that she did on Friday nights at like 8 o'clock,
Mhm,
that's
mhm,
from doing it every day of the week at like
yeah,
midnight. That's a little different.
true. Oh yeah, I was curious. I wanted to pick your brain on that. Should we jump to the tell-all preview?
Oh yeah, we can jump to the tell-all preview. Yeah. So the tell-all preview finally aired, and
Mhm.
Adnan is in studio. Vea is not. Sunny is not. And you posted the other day. Vea said she wasn't in studio because of health reasons. Was that you who posted that?
She posted it on her story, and I might have sent it to you or something.
Yeah. So she's not there for health reasons, and some people are there's speculation. Some people are saying mental health, and other people are saying it could actually be like health. So I don't know what the specific reason is, and she won't tell anyone. She's just saying, "I'm gonna write a book," which I don't care about that. Tell people what's going on. Nobody is gonna wait for you to write a book. By the time her book comes out, we won't care. So like, just tell people
Yeah.
want to know.
No offense, Vea, but no one wants to read your book.
I mean, I know her backstory is pretty serious, right? Like she
Mhm.
was, if y'all don't know her backstory, look into it. She was in a very dangerous situation, trafficked and lots of
Mhm.
issues. And then her
So
family
it's a great coffee table pick me up book.
no, but if you want to know why she acts the way she does, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, she looks like an addict," or she look like she's been through
Mhm.
and seen things that some
Yeah.
people have never seen and been through in their whole life and never will. So I think you'll understand her a little more and understand
Mhm.
why she behaves the way that she does.
True. What did you think of the? I mean, I already have a strong opinion on this, but what did you think of the Adnan and Niles fight?
See, I don't know because they didn't show us how it started. I know.
Oh, let me jump in. To me, it seemed very like fake and forced and for TV.
I mean, yeah, it didn't look like anybody was really gonna hit each other. It
Hmm.
like they were pinning each other and there was cameras around, there was security around. It was two people going at it, and I don't really know where it started. I saw that Adnan was being a dick on the stage though. Did you see like he was like picking
Hmm.
fights? He said to Sonny, he's like, "Oh, you're a Muslim but you had sex before marriage, that's wrong." Like he was being a dick to people on stage. So
Oh, so do you know how, like, every tell all there's that one outspoken person who like rules the conversation? So do you think it'll be Adnan or something?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely gonna be him. He's gonna be the issue. He's gonna be
Hmm.
the one who, because did you also see,
He's gonna be the pit bull. Yeah.
yeah, there was another cast member who was like, "Oh, so you know everything about everyone, or you know what's right, you know what everyone is supposed to be doing." Somebody else said that to Adnan, so I could tell it's gonna be him. He's gonna be
Hmm.
the one that has everything to say about everybody's issue.
Hmm.
He's this tell all sparkles. He
Yeah.
sparkles. He's gonna have an opinion on everybody's relationship, even though his relationship ain't shit. He's gonna be that one.
Yeah, and then I feel like the couples that they like, if there was someone that with had unlimited time and watched all the tell all. First of all, do we know how many episodes the tell all is?
I heard it's just two. Yeah, I heard it's
Okay.
yeah.
Well, look, if somebody had like infinite time and they watched the two episodes of the tell all and then they wrote down like time coded who, every time somebody's on air, like for 5 minutes or whatever, they time coded it and then calculated and they looked at like which couples were on the screen the longest. I guarantee you that if they figured all that out, like statistically, the couples that are shown most screen time are going to be the couples that are coming back like in the next upcoming seasons.
Oh yeah, that's meticulously done. You're right. They want to set up, because that's what happened with Gino and Jasmine with their first and second season. Jasmine was the most outspoken. Remember her famous "I'm a vegetarian but I want your meat." And they
Hmm.
made sure that she had the most catchphrases, she said the most outrageous stuff. She was the one starting the most issues, and then boom, before we could even blink, they were back on Happily Ever After. So yeah,
Hmm.
Adnan and Tiger Lily are clearly gonna be back. I'm assuming on Happily Ever After. So those two are gonna be the ones starting issues, just like Sarper and Shekinah. They were the ones starting crap at the tell all, and then boom, there they were again. We saw them again.
Yes, I agree. It's going to be like Adnan is going to be He's going to be the one stirring up the drama, and then they'll get a lot of the airtime, and then yeah, the next season they'll probably like pop right back up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I knew watching this season that Tiger Lily she's gonna come back. Her dumb blonde act and their hot mess relationship and her lack of knowledge of anything around her. Sometimes I'm not even sure if she knows like what day it is, what time it is, what planet she lives on. Like I don't even. So I knew that she was gonna be back just based on that act alone. I knew that
Hmm.
she's gonna have to come back for something. And now that he's here, it's just perfect opportunity for them to be on Happily Ever After. It's almost a shoe in, right? Like
Hmm.
and I mean, it doesn't even make sense to not put them on it. Like they should be on it. I
Yeah,
fire the person who didn't. Wait, but you
true.
know what's funny though? I had tweeted this out earlier, and because I was watching, there was a lot of scenes tonight with Magda and Joey, And the one thing that really was crazy to me, I'm watching the scenes, and this was the most we've seen them ever in one show, by the way. They kept coming on.
Mm.
And I was like, who does Joey's dad know that they put him on this show? Because I was like, it gave me Will Smith vibes, right? You know, whenever Will Smith's kids want to do something, he throws some money at it, and then all of a sudden his son's in a movie, then all of a sudden his
Mhm.
daughter has a song, then all of a sudden
Mhm.
his son has a song with Justin Bieber. And I was like,
Mhm.
Joey should have never made it on this season. It's called Before the 90 Days. You're supposed to get engaged. They didn't get engaged. They have no
Mhm.
interest in getting married. I was like, who does his dad know and how much money does his dad have? Is his dad like Matt Sharp? Is his dad
Mhm.
an executive for Warner Brothers? I was like, how did he manage to get on the show? Because I don't understand it. I was watching it and I'm thinking
Mhm.
back from their premiere episode to the finale, and I was like, nothing happened from start to finish. Like,
Yeah.
nothing happened from start to finish. I don't even remember. I barely remember that they're a part of the season until I see them pop up on my screen.
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy that they even made it on the season. Because my thought was, whoever the storyboard editor was that put them on and said, okay, this is going to make the final cut, I want to have a meeting with them. I just want to
Mhm.
ask them a few questions and tell them that they should consider a new career choice. Because this is crazy.
Mhm. Yeah, like I was watching it though, like, and not to go the superficial route, but like as I was watching it, I was like thinking to myself, I was like Magda in her yoga pants. I was like 3, 2, 1, close up of her yoga pants, and then as soon as I like thought the camera zoomed in on her yoga pants, so that was like her only saving grace.
Well, yeah, the only reason that people even cared was she was hot. And, a lot of people got a lot of joy out of tweeting about his shoulders, I noticed. So,
Yeah, they call him like what, Head and Shoulders or something.
yeah, Head and Shoulders. And then I saw I think Captain tweeted tonight. She's like, every time I see him, his shoulders are higher. Like, they're like every
He got like the Frankenstein shoulders or something.
Yeah, yeah. So, but other than that, it's like, what happened? We met her parents, or we met her mom. I don't remember what happened. We met his family. I don't remember what happened. That girl Jill is his friend that he slept with 6 years ago. They don't care. Like, it was just, I didn't understand.
That was, since they had so much screen time this episode. That's why it was like taking me forever to get through the episode because I would like zone out anytime they're on, and then I'd look at my phone.
Well, yeah, they did a really good job of only giving us like 3 minutes of them a week, which
Hmm.
really made it to the point where you could go use the bathroom, get something to drink. It didn't bother you. When they kept popping up tonight, I was like, damn, I feel like we're being punished. Like, when you do something wrong, because I
Hmm.
was like, who did I piss off at Sharp that they decided that I need to watch Joey and Magda as my punishment? And what did I do? Because I felt, I'm sorry. Like, can I write lines? Like, what do you want me to do other than watch these two? I'll do anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then it's like I'm fearful they're because he was at the boat party, so we're fearful that he's gonna be back.
Yeah, I'm very, very, I'm scared.
And I
Like,
think she's in Florida, is what I've heard.
she is. I'm very
Yeah.
scared that they're going to be back. You know how you're on an airplane and there's a lot of turbulence? That's how I feel about them coming back. I'm very scared. It's very turbulent and I feel like we're gonna fall. Like, I'm
Mhm.
very nervous that we're gonna have to go through watching those two again. That is my worst nightmare, my worst fear. I don't want this bird to go down. I just want to keep them off my screen. I don't know who I pissed off. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll put it in writing. I am so sorry that I pissed y'all off. Do not make me watch these two again. I don't have the energy in me. It's like watching paint dry would be a little more interesting than watching them. Like, a
Yeah,
little.
and like and like I think I've only posted I probably posted like about Magda like one time, like I posted her photo, and like somebody needs to tell Joey, like, hey Joey, like, so anyway, so I posted a photo of her, like an attractive photo of her, and then I think I even tagged her, but I didn't hear from her. But then he's the one, I don't follow him and I didn't tag him, but he's the one that showed up in the comment section of the Instagram post, you know, like, like being the like insecure boyfriend, like whatever. And so, but like that made me not want to like post about her again. So it's like,
At least
Joey, if you're
about
smart,
her.
Joey, if you're smart, just shut the fuck up and then let bloggers post whatever they want, and then maybe you'll get more attention.
Well, at least you posted about. I don't even post about them. They're so boring. Like,
Hmm.
there's nothing to say. Like, you know how you watch 2 minutes into a Tiger Lily scene and you got like four memes.
Hmm.
Literally, I've watched the whole start to finish with them. I got nothing. I got nothing. It really made me rethink my career as being funny because I was like, damn, am I not funny? Because I can't think of anything to say about these two people other than
No.
I can't think of.
I don't tweet. I don't live tweet about them at all.
There's nothing to say. They're like for instance, tonight Tiger Lily announced to us that her apartment lease, which was like a 1 bedroom piece of crap in Texas, it was up for renewal. Instead of renewing it, she's now homeless and living in a hotel. But she
Mm-hmm.
also drives a Lamborghini. Her
Mm-hmm.
words, not mine. So I immediately fire off like 4 memes about her being a homeless Lamborghini driver and all this shit. Like her memes write themselves. She's also like walking around like with a swap meet hair story Louis Vuitton bag that she got from a local hair store in Texas, and it's like it writes itself. I don't even have to really listen to her talk. Whatever she says is gonna contradict what she's doing. But I can't do that with Joey and Mac. There's no workable information in there. Like I can't use any of it. Like none of it is worth talking about.
Yeah, the only thing that was interesting about Joey was like the bullshit thing where he like overslept or whatever in
Which
the
was
intro.
yeah. I'm beginning to think that wasn't even like legit because he still made the flight. I think that they probably added that in because the
Hmm.
storyline was so weak. Like I
Oh,
don't.
you think your theory is they added that in after the fact or something?
Well, I think that they showed up and when he didn't answer the door right away, they got some footage and then they were like, "Hey, we're gonna come in, make it look like you just woke up, and we're gonna say you overslept." Like
Well,
that.
that was a very. I agree with you. That was a very weird scene because if you recall, when he opened the door, he had like lotion on his face, which made it seem like way over the top, like fake or something.
Well, if you overslept, you
No, but
would.
this is what I'm saying. It looked like part of my French, but I guess I'll have to put this episode under the explicit category. But he answered the door and it looked like he had like jizz on his face.
Well, yeah, that's what it looked like. That's where everybody was going. They were like, "What were you doing in there?" He made it
Mm,
seem like he was sleeping, but then when he opened the door, it looked like he was handling business. Right? He was handling
yeah.
some business because he knew when he got there he wasn't gonna get none, so he was taking care of some stuff before he left. That's what it looked like when I seen it.
Hmm. I'm laughing because on our space, people can do like the laugh emojis. So people were hitting the laugh emoji. Sorry.
Oh, sorry guys. I mean, we done went from skeeting to black lights to it's on
So
the face.
skating.
Yeah, this has just been a. I'm sorry to
We
anybody.
started at skating and are ending at skating.
You know what? We started off bad, so it should be expected, right? It should
Yeah,
be expected that this was not going to be a listen to this with your mom episode. It wasn't going to
true.
be, and I apologize ahead of time.
True. But I have been
Oh,
told
but I
I'm in a
gotta ask.
I've been told I'm in a lot of grandmothers like Google News feeds that watch 90 Day Fiance. So thank you.
Oh, okay. I gotta ask you though, the Tiger Lily situation. I want to
Mhm.
get your opinion on it because she told us that she was rich and she buys $30,000 watches. How do you feel about that statement, knowing that she lived in an apartment? If I bought a $30,000 watch, you best believe that I own some property. I'm just saying, I was
Mhm.
raised a little bit better into the financial world, where if I have a $30,000 watch on my arm, it's gonna be in a watch box inside of a property that I own, not an apartment in Frisco, Texas. So I just want to get your thought. Do you
Mhm.
think how much money do you think Tiger Lily actually has?
I don't know, but does she? You know, but one theory is like there's and again maybe I fall into this category, but like there's the type of people where it's like they may live in a nice area, but then they don't have like the biggest house in the nicest area, and then they may drive like a nice car, but it's not the top of the line of that brand. So it's like, do you think she's that type of person? I'm not, aside from the car part, but do you think she falls in that category at all, or kind of like I don't know.
I think my theory is that she's a poser
Hmm.
because you watch Love After Lockup, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of people on Love After Lockup, I can't remember the one girl name, the one that had a tax business. She
Mhm.
had like an Airbnb, or she rented no, first time around she rented a house that she couldn't afford, never paid rent once, and then got evicted. But she used it while she was filming the show. And it was
Mhm.
this massive white beautiful house, made it look like she was balling, she was driving like a white Mercedes. Then turned out she had filed bankruptcy, she owed like creditors money, she had never paid her rent once. I think she's a poser. I think she knew the cameras were going to be around and she wanted to make it look like she had more than she had.
Mhm.
Kind of like we've seen it a few times on 90 Day Fiance where people use a fake house or a fake
Mhm.
car or to try to make it seem like that more they have more going on with them that they do. And I think that she, the term fake it till you make it, I think that she wants people to think she's at a status that she isn't at yet, and maybe
Mhm.
she thought the show was going to get her to that status, so she wanted people to believe, like, oh, her very first scene was her buying a $30,000 watch, right?
Mhm.
So you're building this, and she pulled up in some sort of Ferrari. My car, and I looked it up, the Ferraris are like $200,000, the one that she drives. That's not completely it's not undoable. I
Mhm.
know people that have car notes that are $2,000 and $3,000 a month. They're just stupid, but
Yeah,
it's
like
not doable.
yeah, a lot of like famous YouTubers and streamers like will get
Yeah,
that same Ferrari
not undoable. Like she could have. That could
or
be
Lamborghini or whatever.
my best guess. Is it's a lease? That's
Hmm.
my best guess because you can lease something very, very valuable for a fraction of the cost. And I don't know if a lot of people know about leases, but if you see somebody or somebody and they're driving a really, 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 really nice car and their financial situation, it's leased. That's how it works. You just have to put down a decent down payment,
Yeah.
and it's like a fraction of what you would pay if you were to buy it.
Yeah. Now, you know how like wealth goes hand in hand with douchiness. So, who's the bigger douche, like Tiger Lily or Adnan? Or who gives you bigger douche chills, Tiger Lily or Adnan?
Mm, I guess Tiger Lily is more of a she pretends to be a stuck up rich girl,
Mhm.
but I don't think that she is. Like Adnan, I think he's just a dick in general. Even if he had like $4, he would still be a dick. That's just his
Yeah,
person. I don't
true.
like he doesn't act like, oh, I'm Adnan and I have a helicopter. Like he doesn't act like that. He's just a dick all the time. That's just who
Yeah.
he is. You met
Yeah,
him.
he's not like there's some people that like get money and then become a dick because they have all this money. He's like a dick with or without money, you're right.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. He could have $4. He's still gonna be a dick to everyone around. He's gonna be nasty to the female waitress. Even if he had 14 cents, he's still gonna
Mhm.
be a dick to that female waitress. I guarantee you. And he's not gonna tip. That's just who he is as a person. I can tell that. I think
Yeah.
Tiger Lily, she wants us to believe that she's a baller, which is just hilarious to me. When I watched the week when she announced her pregnancy, and I saw the little 1 bedroom apartment that she was living in Texas and how messy it was, and I was like, I ain't trying to like shame nobody, but I have plenty of friends that are really, really, really rich. They got a Grammy on their fucking mantle. Okay, like I know people who are rich. No one lives like that. And then when she
Mhm.
said tonight, she was like, "Oh well, my lease was up and I didn't have anywhere to go." And I was like, I've never met a rich person who said that. I've just never, I've heard, I know poor people who've said that.
Mhm.
Like, cause I know a lot of people who said that, but never a person who drove a Ferrari. They're like, my lease was up. I didn't have anywhere to go because you would just renew your lease. First of
Mhm.
all, you would just have a house that's yours or multiple houses. Like, I don't know. I just feel like her, and I also feel like it's a lazy ruse because it's like you're not even trying to maintain your ruse. Like, you could work a little harder to convince me that you're rich. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not even trying. Like I respect a liar if you can tell me a good convincing lie. She's not even convincing about it. It's like
Mhm.
BS.
True. What did you think of when I tweeted it out, but what did you think of when Vanja put her arm around Lauren at the tell all?
Well, okay, so remember I said I was like thinking that Lauren probably has a stench. So is
Hmm.
it wrong that the first thing I thought of was like I should DM Vanja and ask her what he smells like? I remember we were talking about that. I was like, I feel like he has like a stench about him. I don't
Hmm.
know what it would be, but it probably is like, well, I don't know. Someone said the other day it's probably my grandma's closet, like
Hmm.
dried blood.
Like a mothballs? No.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. So it's weird because when I saw them hugging, I was like, I gotta ask her what she smell. What does he smell like? Because it's like bothering me. I really need to know. But I think that it's great that she's trying to be compassionate towards Lauren, but it's gonna backfire. Like Lauren is not the person that you want to be hugging, right? You
Mhm.
end up with the illness of the whores, and nobody's gonna respect you for that. So that's not the person you want to be hugging.
Do you think the producers will like hug him because the fans are gonna like respond on social media to that?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know if that was the case. I think Vanja's just a nice person. I think
Mm,
that's why she ended up where she is in life right now. She let's go through her track record of men real quick. Bozo the clown, Yoshiko the clown, and
Lauren the clown.
now she's hugging Lauren. So let's just her track record has proven to me that she likes to hug dudes that are gonna screw her over. So I
Mm,
don't think the producers did it. I think Vanja does that on her own. I think she finds a guy who's
mm,
horrible at everything and she wants to hug him. I think that's just what she does.
true. This is a bit of a backtrack, but on the tea spilling front, I will say, out of all accounts spilling tea, how many accounts had the Tiger King himself like sharing the tea and commenting on the tea? That's Joe Exotic for the people at home of Netflix fame. But how many tea accounts had like Joe Exotic all up in the comment section and sharing the posts and everything?
None. That's just us. And
Mm,
I've known Joe a really long time, and Joe is a huge 90 Day Fiance fan. I don't know if y'all
mm,
know this, but 90 Day Fiance is a huge thing in prison.
mm,
So like they watch Love After Lockup and they watch 90 Day Fiance. And I remember the first time I talked to Joe while he was in prison, and he was like, "We listened to your podcast," and I was like, "Wait." I was like, y'all only get like a certain amount of time in, with your tablets and your internet and everything, and y'all decide to listen to me. I
mm,
was like, why am I like honored? I was like, because you don't have like, there's in prison, you don't just get to do whatever you want. So they have a certain amount of time that they can do things. So they watch the 90 Day Fiance and they listen to the podcast
mm,
and they're like involved and invested in the show, which I was very, very surprised at. Because when you think of hardened criminals, right, you think of guys who've killed people, you don't think that they're watching the same show as us, right? You don't think that, but
mm.
they are. So it's crazy.
He's very reverential towards you. Oh, and then the funny part is I told Liz that like Tiger King followed me back, and then she was like, "Oh my God, I think I actually got a little jealous just now."
Oh, oh, well, I can put in a good word for her if she wants to get a follow back from the Tiger King himself.
Sure.
And I'm
Mhm.
gonna throw it out there. Free Tiger King, please. Let's free Tiger King. He's been in there long enough.
Yeah, you got to get Joe Exotic to listen to our this podcast too. And then the funny part too would be, you got to get his take and say, "Hey, Tiger King, can we get your take on Tiger King's take on Tiger Lily?"
That see, yeah, you're right. I do want to get his take on Tiger Lily because she's a tiger,
Hmm.
which is exactly
He's
what.
ruining she's
Yeah,
ruining his name.
I definitely want to take on her and see how he feels, and if he feels the same way about her as he feels about Carol Baskin. I just
Mm,
want to see how he feels because I can't stand Tiger Lily. Like she's the one cast member that irritates me, but only because she's trying to sell me something that I'm not buying. Like when you're in the mall and you walk by and somebody's trying to sell you something face cream and you're not buying it and they like follow you. Like I feel like Tiger Lily is trying to sell me face cream, and I'm like, if you don't get your cheap ass cream away from me, like I feel like so I can't stand her.
mhm. True. So real quick, do you want to talk to Harold?
Oh yeah, let's talk to Harold. I want to know what Harold has been up to. It's been like a minute.
Yeah,
Over a
let's.
year, actually, right? No, wait. Is it? No, yeah, it's been over a year because his show aired in 2023. Yeah, I
Mm.
would love to talk to Harold and see what's up with Harold.
Or
If he's eating.
he's listening, but hopefully he's like active because he has to like accept the invite and speak.
Oh, where's Lana?
Oh,
We
you
got.
want to talk to Lana?
Yeah, we got to talk to Lana too. We
Okay.
haven't. I think last time we were on, we didn't get to talk to Lana, so we definitely got to talk to Lana as well.
Yeah, I
Here,
invited Lana and Harold. So if any of y'all are listening closely, accept the invite.
yeah, if y'all are present, let us know so you can get in here. And we gotta hope that Coco is feeling better soon. She's been under the weather, so we haven't had
Mm.
Coco on for the past two shows, and we miss her greatly. I really want to get Coco back. Hello, Lana. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, guys. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Lana,
I'm
Happy New Year.
good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just chilling,
Any,
listening to you guys.
anything
Good.
crazy? Anything crazy happen out there for New Year's
You
by
know
you?
what? It's funny. Nothing really crazy happened. I'm surprised. I'm
I
Pleasantville.
am.
No crime stories.
Because usually
So
Fresno's crazy. I mean, I heard the gunshots and all of that, of course, the big booms. And my cat, she runs and hides in the closet every year. I feel so bad for her.
yeah,
Mm.
my cat hid under the bed all night. I felt so bad.
Yes, they're so scared. I mean, I could literally see her heart pounding, and her body shivering. I'm like, poor
Mhm.
baby.
True. By Lana, did you watch Match Me Abroad?
No, I've never seen that.
Okay, you should watch it just for like what I did was I like you know how like there's certain seasons just one or two interesting people. So Harold, are you there?
Yes,
Unmute
I'm here.
yourself if
Hello.
you're there. Oh, hey
Hi.
Harold, how you doing?
I'm doing great. This is the first
You,
time I've done this on X.
oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to tell Lana to watch your season, and then my recommendation is just to like watch your scenes and then fast forward everyone else.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
That's a
You
good
agree with that
solid.
recommendation?
That's solid advice, right?
Yep.
So how have you been, Harold? It's been over a year since we've seen you on the show. So how are things going?
Things are going good. I'm still working. I'm still traveling around the United States, going to different power plants. Michaela's doing better-ish. Her cancer is in remission. The GoFundMe was a success and helped her out a lot. She's still got a couple
That
of things going on, but like she's had to have her knees worked on. But we're still friends,
Mhm.
and we're talking, but not that much. And
You
just
communicate with her still?
what?
You communicate with her
Yeah, I
still?
communicate with her a couple times a month. We're friends, not great friends, but just friends. And it's hard
Oh.
to communicate when she had so much chemo. Like she'd take a chemo treatment and
Mhm.
was like out of it for like 5 days, and every 14 days she had to get a treatment. She had chemo for like 2 years. Every 14
oh
days, like 50 treatments.
Damn.
wow.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's like doing better now, though, right?
Yeah, she's in
Yeah.
remission now, but she's still got problems with her knees
Mhm.
because they don't really know what it
Mhm.
is. But she had like water on the knee and had to have one knee operated on, and the doctors were nice enough to
Mhm.
let her borrow the equipment that lets her extend her knee and straighten it and extend and bend and straighten. But yeah, she's doing all right. I've been doing
Mhm.
well, working and working on my art. Uh, Good things.
Y- Like, how much do you have time to watch 90 Day Fiance or what?
No, I wish. I watched 90 Day Fiance
Mhm.
when I was like researching and so forth. Like I was like, hey, these people are pretty cool, but like I'm interesting too, and uh, so I
Mhm.
thought, hey, I watched this show and I watched Matchmaker, a Millionaire Matchmaker. I thought, oh, I'll marry rich. That'd be
That
fun.
So, would
that
you, if you were offered to do 90 Day Fiance, would you do it?
Tough choice. I think I would if I.
Yeah. No, I feel
so
like because I know people like you, but like not everybody watch your show. But I feel like if you were on 90 Day, then you'd be exposed to a lot more people, and then you'd be more of like then you'd be a more popular fan favorite.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love that. Yeah, just because.
So, can you
so
say if we'll ever see you on TV again anytime soon?
No comment. Can't comment.
oh
Oh, George, you
that,
know what that means.
that's a good answer. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good answer. I like no comment. That
true.
means because we know what no comment means. We won't elaborate, but we know what that means. But so are you dating right now?
Um, yes, I'm dating, but nothing
No.
serious right now.
You're working at a power plant?
I'm working at different power plants. I'm actually off right now. I work 3 months on, 3 months off, so it really makes it good for the show when I was doing that. Because, oh look, I got to go a month in Czech Republic. Okay, sure, all right, that's fine.
Mm, true. And you're a big like Tesla Elon fan, right?
Oh, I like the Cybertruck. Elon's okay, but I don't really like electric vehicles that much. But the Cybertruck, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Stainless steel body,
Mm,
wire drive by wire. I like the technology, and I like it how it's minimalistic, so that I can put in my own toys and maybe customize it myself
mm.
when I get one day.
You still rock the
Oh yeah,
suspenders?
I'm wearing a pair right now.
Oh, really? What design?
Oh, TSA plastic ones, so I can walk through metal detectors.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember the ones you wore on the show, which had like a ruler or something, ruler
Oh yeah,
print
the ruler print that
or
was
whatever it
good.
was.
Yellow and measuring tape.
Yeah, that was cool. True. So this is the first time you listen live to us?
Yes, yes, it is. I saw you on X, and I was trying to build a following on here. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, there's somebody I know. Clicked it and like, oh, cool. I'll listen in.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of regulars, like 90-day regulars on here. Did you watch Tiger King?
No, I didn't.
You that will put that. Did you watch Squid Game?
I watched the first season, half of the first season.
You didn't. You didn't. You
Oh,
couldn't complete it, or what?
I couldn't complete it. I was so busy. When I work, it's 12 hours, 7 days a week.
Oh, it
Barely enough
wasn't
time to
you. It didn't. It wasn't a lack of interest. It was just a time thing.
time thing. And then I forget. Then I was like, then everyone tells the how it ends. Like, oh, spoilers. Okay. Oh, cool. New season coming up. Well, gotta wait till I can
Mhm.
try and sit down and binge watch it all at once.
You know what show you might be good on? I know Riley's trying to get on the show, but you would be good on The Circle.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Have you heard of it? It's like a Netflix show.
I did hear about it. I thought it was. I know a little bit about it. I heard the name.
Yeah, it's like a show like you're all in a giant like apartment complex, but then you set up a profile, but you could be yourself or you could do like a fake catfish profile, and then you talk to the contestants through your profile so they don't know like who you really are, so you can kind of screw with their heads. And so that's kind of the premise of the show.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and
I'm
then I
not
think
really
like
sure if
people
I'm
get
into
voted
those
off.
games though, but
Yeah, and then it's, I don't know, if someone gets voted off, that's when you get to like meet it's like if you get booted off, you get to choose one person and then you get to see the real identity of that one person that you pick. So that's kind of how it works.
yeah. And there's a cash prize at the end.
Sure.
That always makes it better because on 90 Day, there's no money. You don't get to walk
Mhm.
away with a big check. I mean, you get a check, but not a big fat check, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I just want to
yeah.
say Ted Sarandos, I think that's his name. He's the guy that greenlights all the shows on Netflix. You're welcome for like inserting the Squid Game meme into the tea spill of the Jasmine tea.
Yeah, that blew over really well actually, because Squid Game is all people are talking about right now. So
Mm,
everyone was like, "Not the Squid Game picture," and it blew over really well. So yeah, you're welcome, guys, for all the free
yeah.
promotion that we've given you. I just watched it too, and I've been talking about it nonstop. So you're welcome. You can make our checks out and send them to us now. Thanks.
Exactly. Yeah, Ted Sarandos, I think that's his name, but he's the big
I'll
Kahuna at Netflix.
We'll be
Netflix.
watching our mailboxes for our checks.
And then yeah, and then in that random cookie I promoted on Twitter for free, that company, y'all need to send me some free cookies too.
Oh, send me some too. I like cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, so Lana, I wanted to ask Lana what her reaction was to the Jasmine. So how did you?
Oh,
Oh wait, Lana, we're getting.
I was absolutely stunned.
So you didn't expect to hear?
Lana, you're giving feedback somehow.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but we could hear ourselves.
Oh, wow. Oh, what's going on here?
Maybe like exit and come back. I don't know.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay. That was a
All right.
first.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen in here. I don't know. Maybe
Mhm.
I can't explain it. But yeah, I
Can you
wanted
hear
to
me
get her
now?
reaction. So
Test.
wait.
Well, unmute yourself, Lana.
Okay, yeah, it's good. There's
No
no
feedback?
feedback
You
now.
know, that's weird because I was on my Echo.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
the M.
maybe we were coming through your echo
Yeah,
and we
that's what
could
I
hear
think
it.
it was because it sounded almost like a damn echo.
Mm. Oh yeah, so George's question was, yeah, what did you think of the
Oh my
Jasmine
God, I
tea?
was stunned. When at first I seen Shabooties last night. Well, first I seen it online and I was like, ah, that's bullshit. That ain't true, you know? And then I see Shabooties post and I'm like, oh shit. And then I started seeing all Shabooties post. And then I'm like, wait a minute here. This shit is real. I was stunned.
Yeah, I did a flurry of posts all night
Yes,
through
I
the
kept
night.
reading everything. I read your whole collage that you made.
Yeah, I was putting out bounties. I was like, send me the photo of Jasmine in the red dress on like between sheets. I need to post that.
Yeah, that to me,
Yeah.
you know why she unfollowed you, George, is because she knows that looks really bad on her to be a married woman and pregnant by another man.
Yeah, but I wasn't judging. Like, I don't know why she's like holding me accountable though. Like, I wasn't
Right,
judging her or
right. And
anything.
I seen it posted, like I said, on other places. So I don't know why she's mad at you. All you did was confirm the tea. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Yeah,
I,
and
I think it
I
was because it was like because I was involved.
Maybe.
yeah,
Another thing too is
it could be.
if the tea wasn't true, you guys would have got a cease and desist letter immediately. Come on now.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true. It's funny people will doubt it because I have absolutely never given out any false information, and Shabooty has never ever ever given out
Nope.
any false information. So when people
Mhm.
oh, that's not true. And I'm like, so you do know our track record with putting out accurate information. Like, so
Exactly.
you think we decided yesterday to start putting out false information? Like, why
Mhm.
would we do that? What benefit would that be for us to put out information that's not true?
Exactly.
Yeah, and George and we did it as like a collaboration post for the first time. So why would we throw both of our
That's
reputations down
right.
at
All
once?
right.
That's exactly right.
Come on.
Yeah, if we were unsure, we would say like, all right, you take one for the team, or I'll take one for the team, and then if it's not true, then I'll look bad, but you won't, or vice versa.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. And, Shabuti, I told you I had known this information prior,
Mm,
right? I'm not going to get
mm,
into how long I knew, but I knew it. And I waited until the information was public knowledge. I'll put it like
mm,
that. I waited until it became public knowledge. No one knew yet, but I knew that me saying something at this point wouldn't be an issue. I didn't want to, like you said, get a cease and desist or
Right.
anything like that. But I for a while. And like I said before, I'm always in predicaments where I have information and I have to choose between likes and follows and loyalty. And it's a weird situation to be in because sometimes,
mm.
I've had information that would have made TMZ, but I didn't say anything out of
Right.
loyalty, for other.
Because you're a good friend,
Mm.
But
George. That's why they go to you with the info because they know you're going to keep it.
I do. I'm the
Yes.
gatekeeper. I keep people's secrets, and it's like
Mm.
sometimes I feel like people don't like the way that she turned on me just because, and I was like, but I'm not the only person that said it. That's why I think it's crazy because she's holding me fully accountable, but I'm not the only
Right.
source out there. There were other sources that were reporting this as well, and some of the sources were reporting other stuff. I didn't even get into all the other stuff. I just reported this, so it could have been worse. And then she's still mad at me. So
Mm.
I'll say, oh, Jasmine, I'm not losing no
That's
sleep
right.
tonight.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not
what's funny
tonight.
is because yeah, she posted that one thing where it said like, I don't know what happened last night, but I sure did wake up to a lot of new followers this morning. Welcome to
Which
Jasmine Land
means
or
she
something.
was paying close
Yeah,
attention to everything you guys were writing.
Yeah. No, no, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And then not only that, and then the subsequent story right after that one was a direct response to my caption because I threw a line in the caption which it was more of just like a dig, but it was more of like because prior like the last few days she did like and again you're welcome for mentioning your OnlyFans, but she did like an OnlyFans promo where I guess she was like nude or something, but then she had a giant like heart emoji over her whole torso, and then like the heart was so big that it wasn't like just to hide her stomach, but it like hid her whole torso. But then I basically like as a goof, I was like, yeah, she put a giant heart emoji to hide her stomach, and then in the subsequent story after the one I read to you earlier was a photo again of her promoting her Instagram, but this time it had her like flat stomach fully exposed, which is a direct shot to my Instagram caption, which was now she's showing her like flat stomach in her Instagram promo, which is just a direct reaction to my
Yep.
caption.
Well, yeah, but the photo is old, and
Yeah.
if she didn't go live and immediately address it when you can see her full torso in the live, y'all know
Mhm.
what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. And I don't know why she mad. It's like how do people think they're gonna hide a pregnancy? You know, like how do you think that's gonna happen when people know who you are? Are you never gonna go to the grocery store? Are you never gonna get gas for your car? Are you never gonna leave the house? How do you think that you're gonna hide your pregnancy for 5, 6, 7 months? That's
Mhm.
crazy. It's never gonna happen. And you can't get mad that people figured out that you're pregnant. It's not even like a personal thing. You literally walk out the house, no matter what you wear, they're gonna be able to tell you're pregnant. It is what it is.
Mhm. By the way, I think Coco is here, um,
Oh, Coco's here.
but
Hey, Coco.
I don't know if she's in a speaking state, but we could offer it to her.
Oh wait, she left.
Huh?
She left.
No, she's there.
Oh, on my screen, she left. Oh, okay, okay, I got you.
And oh, maybe she no, she left. You're right, she left. Never
Yes.
mind.
Bye,
All right.
Coco.
Well,
She's not.
if you listen to the
not-
playback, Coco, I tried.
She's not feeling well though, so I'm not holding it
Yeah.
against. Her. Been very, very sick. Very sick. So I don't. I don't.
Oh, yo, guess who just followed me on Twitter?
Who?
The Tiger King.
Wait, the Tiger King follows you on Twitter?
Yeah, just like literally right now. We should try to get him in the space. I
Oh, I mean, I don't. You know what?
don't know if
He.
is he allowed to or not.
I don't want to say it on here, but he has a way to talk. But I don't want to say anything else.
But meaning like he's able to talk or no?
Um,
I'll tweet him. He just tweeted at me.
I. What's the best way to say this? You know how in certain in jail you could have like a device that you could use that people don't know about.
Hmm.
Yeah, that.
So he could get in. It'll like expose him if he's like on a live.
I mean, I don't know how it works. I don't. I know that it's people who've been in for a long time. They'll have their own personal device that they use, but the guards don't know they have the device.
True. Oh, I'm gonna tweet him and let's see what he says because he's already like tweeting at me.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
see.
he just tweeted me. Yeah, what it is.
Hold on. Let's try to. And if not, we could. It's all good. It's worth a try though.
I'll see. I don't know if he's in his cell.
Hmm.
Maybe there's no one around.
He just he tweeted at me and he said, "What's up? What up, Shabooty? Uh, you gonna help me get loud and get pardoned?"
Oh, I mean, yeah, we'll help. Of course. I've been trying to get him out for a minute now. He's been in there too long.
Yeah,
How do you can you invite someone to this? How do you do that? I'm like,
I sent him the link, but he has to join as a listener, and then if he joins as a listener, then they could invite him as a speaker.
oh, okay, gotcha.
But I don't know if he's allowed to or not. But I know he's very vocal. I know he's been trying to get pardoned by Trump.
Yeah, and I think if he has any chance of getting a pardon, that's how he'll get it. I think so. I think I'm very hopeful for him. I'm very hopeful.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he should be doing that much time. I'm hopeful.
Somebody said he's using his Xbox. Maybe
Wait, can you do that?
I don't
Because
know.
yeah, I think that when you're in for more than 10 years or whatever, you can have like your own TV and like
Mhm.
X, like you can buy your own stuff, and
Mhm.
it's like kind of like your own room. I learned that from watching Love After Lockup. Remember the one guy who was in there for like 30 something years, in his room he had his own like TV, he had a cell phone, he had remember I can't remember his name now, but
Mhm.
his girlfriend punched his mom in the face. You know what I'm talking about? He got out, and then the girlfriend was spending the money, and then the mom got mad, and then she punched the mom in the face or whatever. I think her name was Teeny or Tiny. I don't remember his
Mhm.
name. But yeah, I learned that from him because his room, he was in there for like 30 years or something crazy. But his
Mhm.
room set up like it was a room in somebody's house. He had like curtains, he had like a TV, he had a radio. I was like, damn.
True.
So,
But by the way, should we end it with we have 47 comments that I haven't read through. You want me to read through some comments?
holy crap. Yeah, let's go into the oh, he said too late, but tomorrow at 7 I'm hosting a space from my account. Oh, maybe we'll join him on his space tomorrow.
True. Who's Alex Stein? Guess one of his buddies.
Um
Anyway,
that
yeah, I guess he does it with whoever Alex Stein is. So yeah, maybe we could hop on his space tomorrow or something.
Yeah, we'll work it out, guys. We'll figure it out, and if we can't get that their way, we'll try to set it up where we can get them on the space on this one. We just have to probably plan it better.
Yeah, or do it at like a special time or something.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay, so let me just see if there's any interesting comments before we end it, because we have been live for a while, and it is 1:16 on a school night. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Lana says she had a friend that snuck her guy a phone through her coochie.
Oh, I mean, I always did wonder how the phones were getting in there, so that makes sense. But
Mm,
what? So wait, does a phone not go off on a metal detector? Because even if it's in there, you have to still walk through the metal detector, right?
that's a good question, and I'm
Because
not sure.
ride rides at like Universal Studios, there's certain rides where you can't have your phone, and they make you walk through a metal detector. And like sometimes I'll pretend that I don't have my phone so I could have it while I'm in line, and the metal detector will go off, and they'll send me
Mm,
to. So I don't know. I have questions about that too.
true. All right. This is about Jasmine. It says, I think this is what one of the things that tipped people off to her being pregnant is Jenny says, let's not forget she also added baby items to her Amazon wish list, which I heard she took down after the news broke.
She did.
Mm,
Immediately after the news broke, she took all of the. She actually took Wanse's. Her son Wanse had a wish list, and her dog Coco had a wish list. They're both gone now because the Coco one had a bunch of baby stuff, not baby dog stuff, just a bunch of baby stuff.
yeah, she's trying to be slick.
She ain't slick. She ain't too slick for us.
And then let's see. Let me just read through see if there's any more interesting comments. Um, let me just go through real quick. Um, Someone said the guards bring them in, meaning the phones. The guards may bring in the phones or something.
But do you have to pay the guard for the phone? Because like, what is what?
Yeah, yeah, probably like a corrupt guard. You just pay them, and then
Oh,
they'll
because
give
I
you
was
the
like,
phone.
oh, so that's probably like a side hustle. You sell phones to them and then they pay. Okay, yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, and then let's see. Jenny says yes. Harold will do amazing on the circle. Um, Someone says I'm trying to remember if this is in reference to Harold, but it says I just remembered who he is. He got a makeover on the show. No.
Yeah, that was me. I had a
He did. It
makeover. Yeah, it was cool.
was Harold.
Yep.
They tried to get Harold to change the way he dressed, but Harold, I actually think you dress fine. Don't be changing for nobody if you don't want to.
Just a little
Yeah, no, I
style
like the
tip.
like suspenders and everything.
I think your style is fine. You know, I think that they were trying to say that if you dress different, you could attract more women, but I actually think you'll attract more women just being yourself.
I think they were just reaching for content. They just, oh, that's the easy low hanging fruit. Have them do a makeover.
Yup.
Yeah,
You're
because I'm trying to remember. You went to like a was it a dating coach type lady?
I had a matchmaker, and they set me up with a personal stylist.
True. Yeah, the matchmaker. I remember her.
yeah, the stylist is the one that tried to get him to dress different. And, I think that one thing I've learned about being yourself is when you're pretending to be somebody else, you're gonna attract somebody that you don't that doesn't appreciate you. So I
Mhm.
think
And
And
then
also,
okay, this is a comment about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, of course, they went right for the clothes that I can't wear on camera. They went right for the white, bright shirt and all this other stuff they told me not to wear. I was like, that's why I wore Hawaiian shirts because, they're colorful and they don't have little
Mhm.
logos and corporate whatever. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why you probably don't know who we're talking about because he's like a before the 90 days guy, but there's a guy Lauren who wears like like Hawaiian shirts and shit like that.
oh yeah, you're right, you're right. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you like stay away from solid colors and well, yeah, when you're on the show, there's like all these random rules and logos and issues and stuff they tell you. It's all BS. Because, like he said, then they told him to wear exactly what they told him not to. It's all BS.
There's also a thing with
And then this
more
comments about
effects, stripes and patterns. It has to be a big pattern. You can't wear a tight pattern. It has to be, something that looks good on TV.
true. And just going back to the comments section real quick. This is about Vanja. I don't know why she wasn't worried contracting something by hugging Lauren.
she could.
Harold, if you don't know who Lauren is, he got gonorrhea and he's not shy about it and he's proud of his gonorrhea. And then George also, didn't we find out in the tell-all preview that he got gonorrhea and then he went back to the chick and banged the
Yes.
same chick, I guess, that he got the gonorrhea from again after the fact.
Yeah, after the fact, he came back to the U.S. and banged the gonorrhea chick again. Oh, new information, by the way. I asked Lauren about his marriage that he had
Mm,
after back here. He wouldn't answer the question, but he just said, "You have to realize that not all marriages are for love."
interesting.
Yeah, so you got to read between the lines. That's all he would give me. He just said, "You know why I can't answer that?" But he said, "You know, not every single marriage or not all marriages are for love," and that's
Mhm.
all. So I'm beginning to think he might have married somebody who had a really nice couch.
Yeah, I think he got won over by like a pull-out couch or something.
Yeah, it was like a nice one. It was probably leather. It was comfortable. It had a memory foam mattress, and he was like, "You know what? I just can't resist."
Mm. This comment has me confused. Like, do they mean Adnan? Well, I'll just read it, and then you could decipher it for me. It says, Adnan probably has money for real and a dick. So does that mean he is a dick or he has money and a dick?
No, I think they're okay because we were saying, is he a dick because he has money? I think that he has money. Oh, so they're saying he
No,
has.
I'm wondering if they're wondering like he like puts the dick down. He throws the dick down.
Oh, laying. Oh, we're talking laying
Well,
pipe.
that's what I'm trying to decipher. Do they mean he is a dick or he lays the dick?
Oh, I mean, well, a lot of the women that were with the Muslim guys say that. Remember Laura, who was with Aladdin, and she had to buy like toys because she said Aladdin was like a one and done pump guy. So
Mm,
a lot of women say when they're with a Muslim guy, they don't have. You know how, like in America, it's important to please your woman as well as yourself. Like a lot of women that were with Muslim men said that the men are more so just worried about pleasing themselves, and then the woman is not their concern.
mm,
So I don't know if that's like a all across every guy in that religion or whatever situation, but I've heard that multiple times from American women that were with a Muslim guy. So
mm,
I don't know because if that's the case, he would be a unicorn, I guess, if he laid pipe well and was a Muslim, because a lot of times I heard
mm.
that those two things
Well,
don't.
well, it reminds me of like Lana's story of like the guy. Well, there's a multiple horror stories, no, but there's the guy who like he didn't really do. I'm trying to remember, like he was just on top or something the whole time or
Oh no,
something.
he was a dead fish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
yeah, yeah.
Remember, I called him a bottom.
Was he not that it matters, but was he Muslim or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He was Indian.
See, this
But
is what.
so he was Indian, but then
Yes,
Muslim, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Right. We don't want to generalize all Muslims though, but like I've heard this multiple times from multiple women that he's only about Muslim men that they were with were only about pleasing themselves. Once they were done, they could care less if the woman was ready or
That's
done. They
facts.
didn't care.
That's facts. Because I've been with another Muslim guy too, and another Indian guy too, and he was the exact same way. It was all about him.
Hmm. Oh,
See?
and I have a clarification on the commenter about Adnan. She says he is a dick. He's a dick, laugh out loud, and has money. So
Uh,
he's not laying down the dick. He just is a dick. Is the clarification?
yeah, I feel like if he was, Tiger Lily would have said something about it, right? Usually, when a lady on the show is getting her back broke out, she usually will say something about it. You never notice Tiger Lily didn't say nothing.
Well,
And
well, like okay. Well, what's more shocking that I don't know what the age difference is, but what's more shocking? Jasmine got pregnant or Tiger Lily got pregnant?
um, I guess Tiger Lily.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess Tiger Lily only because it happened so
Right.
quickly. Her
She's older, right, than
she's
Jasmine?
41 or 42 and Jasmine is 39.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's double the
So I
age of Adnan.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it's not surprising that either of them got pregnant because none of them are past the age, but it usually once you become 40 and above, like say for instance, it takes 15 times, this is hypothetical, not real science, to get a woman pregnant. You have to have sex 15 separate times. As you get older, the window for actually getting her pregnant gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So the fact that she was there for such a short amount of time and got pregnant in that short amount of time, that's what shocks me.
Yes.
Not her age. It's the
Mhm.
fact that he nailed it at the right
Right.
moment. Yeah, because the time is so much shorter as you get older. The window is short. So, like, say for instance, her ovulation date is like a Wednesday. It might only be from 11:30 a.m. to
Mhm.
12:20 p.m. on Wednesday. It's a very short window. So the fact
Mhm.
that he nailed it in the window, that's what got me.
Do you think she was planning it like with her little ovulation app or
Yeah,
something?
she said
She
it.
probably
She said it.
yeah,
Okay,
she
true.
said that she planned the trip during her
Yep.
ovulation, but the still at her age, it's very impressive because some
Mhm.
people pay good damn money to get IVF to make sure that they can nail down the right time and get pregnant, and she did it all just through her app or her planning. So I'm impressed. I'm very
Yep.
impressed.
She was a fertile myrtle.
What? Right? Yeah, she made it happen. And she said on the trip before she left, she wanted to she called it a baby making trip.
Yep.
So the fact she came with a baby, I was impressed as
Me
hell.
too.
True. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Harold fans in the comment section.
Harold's the best. I love Harold. I wish he would come back for another
Now
season.
I'm going to watch the
Fingers crossed.
show.
Watch it and give us your review. But again, if you depends on how your attention span is and how much time you have. But if you feel like short attention span, just watch like Harold scenes and then fast forward everything else.
Well, also it's a shorter season. I think it only had like 12 episodes.
Yeah.
It's not like the ones. Yeah, I think the other way had 26. It only had like 12 episodes.
Oh, and then it's a Sharp show as well. Sharp
So is it
Entertainment.
on TLC
Yeah,
also?
yeah. It came
Yeah.
on TLC and then it came on Max. It's on Max, right? I believe you can stream it
Oh,
on
Yep, it's
Max.
on
wow.
Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Max.
Cool.
Yeah. No, he's the only interesting. I'm sure there's other people, but he was the main interesting guy. So he's the like reason the show even is worth mentioning.
Oh, I got to see.
Yeah, whenever people talked about the show, Harold and Michaela was pretty
Mhm.
much the center of the conversation. My
True.
friend Mark was also on it too. And they talked about him mostly because he was in his 40s and he only wanted to date like 20 girls in their 20s
Mhm.
or what. But yeah, it was mostly just about Harold and Michaela.
Harold, you want to do me a favor?
What's up?
Just can you say for shits and giggles, like, hey, this is. I mean, you could change it up. You don't have to say this exactly, but like, hey, this is Harold. You don't. I don't even know if you. It's up to you if you want to even say Match Me Bride or you don't. You don't even have to. Maybe the TLC won't like that. But can you just say like, hey, this is Harold, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays?
Sure. This is Harold. You're listening to 90 Day Fiancés with Shabooty.
Or no, say so. We'll say nine if it's okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but say nine. You're listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays.
Hey, this is Harold. You're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays.
Oh, wow.
All right, we got our first audio drop.
That was so cool.
Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Sure, no problem.
And
Yeah, well,
actually, Shabooty, we should be doing that more often.
you're right. Yeah, every time because we've had like countless 90 Day Fiance cast members on here, and we haven't had them do that. But we should start doing that, and then we could like use that in promos and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna text Joe and see if he'll do one. Do an audio note and send it.
Oh yeah, Mr. Exotic.
The Tiger King. The Tiger King. I just call him Joe. That's my friend. But yeah, the Tiger King.
True. Yeah, Jenny said great intro, and then yeah, no, and just so y'all know, we're not bullshitting. I retweeted Tiger King just now when he said "What up, Shabooty." So the real Joe Exotic he's on Twitter. You could follow him at Joe_exotic.
Yeah, you gotta follow him. He's on Instagram too. He does actually reply and read the stuff online. I didn't realize that for a while, and I was like, "That's not Joe." But it is Joe. It's really him. So
All right. Well, yeah.
he's
Thank you, Harold, for joining us and for the drops. And if you ever see us online, I mean, recording the podcast, feel free to hop on
Sure, thank you very much.
yeah. You're welcome.
Great having you. Being
You're
had.
welcome. Um,
for sure. And thank you, Lana.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I can't wait to hear more stories. We're gonna have like a little on. We're planning to have like a little Lana segment on
Mm.
every episode, so we're gonna get with you, and we just want to hear some story that happened to you in the past because they're so
Oh, I
good.
got
So
some
we
good
want to.
ones. I'm gonna start writing them
Oh,
down
we
just so the ones I want to tell you guys and the ones that I can't.
okay. Yeah, yeah. We don't want you to get in any trouble,
Right.
but we we want to have like a little Lana corner on every
Mm,
week, so we have like a little snippet of a story from
Oh, I
Lana.
would love that.
true. All right. Well, yeah. This is a. Hopefully, I don't lose power tomorrow after a snowstorm. But this was great podcast to get in there before the snowstorm over here.
That's right.
Oh, hopefully not. Sorry, y'all are going through
Yeah,
that.
stay warm,
Yeah.
Shabooty.
Yeah. I have meals of food in the fridge, so hopefully I won't starve
Yeah,
to
well, that's good.
That's
death.
Just don't lose your
True.
internet.
yeah.
Exactly. No, if I lose the internet, I'll be in a bad shape.
Yes, you'll be having withdrawals.
Yeah. I'll be like Joe Exotic. How do I operate if you're in jail with the internet and I don't have internet? I feel worse than
Yeah,
you.
how can I get one of these
Yeah.
bitches to bring me a damn burner phone?
Exactly. True.
I can't do it. The internet, a world without internet is not a world I want to live in. So I
Mhm.
understand. I don't even want to be on that
Yeah, that's
planet.
me. I'm too nosy. I want to know what's going on.
I have
True. All right. Well, I guess that ends it. Thank you everyone for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on
Sunday,
Night night.
Peace out. We'll see you night, everyone. And peace out, and we'll see y'all Friday.
Friday. Bye.
Oh, thanks, Harold. Bye. Thank you, Lana, and everyone else. Bye.